What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie298 coming at you live again through the power of the internet, and it's time for another gaming news roundup. So let's get into it. Resident Evil 4 Remake is coming out in a few days, and it's currently got a 93 score at Metacritic. So it looks like this could be one of the Game of the Year contenders, even though you know how I feel about remakes getting that title. Now, according to a lot of the reviews, this is not like a straight-up one-for-one remake. They definitely made some quality of life changes, some graphical changes, even some story play and gameplay and other types of narratives to just make the game better. And it sounds like, based on all of the reviews I've looked at, it has definitely made the game much more enjoyable than it originally was. And of course, this is considered to be one of the best, if not the best, Resident Evil game by most people. So improving on that's a hard deal, but they seem to have done it. I'm going in blind to this Resident Evil. I've only ever seen like a handful of screenshots and some trailers, and now I've read these reviews. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this experience is like. But a lot of people have told me that this is the best Resident Evil experience. I really enjoyed 7 a lot. So I'm excited to see what this one does different. Also, this weekend is the Diablo 4 open beta. So if you're not playing Resident Evil, maybe you'll want to play this. And look, as someone who played the closed beta, I have an opinion about it. And I bet your favorite content creators also have an opinion about it. But I say, since it's an open beta, you should absolutely take the time this weekend to download it and form your own opinion. There are some very hot takes when it comes to this game. Some people are very, very excited about it. Some people are very, very against it. I genuinely don't think this game is worth all that kind of hype. I think it's just another game, a game in the Diablo series, which I really enjoy. And if you like these types of games, you might enjoy it as well. So download the beta, forget the politics, forget the hype, forget everything else, and just enjoy the game while you can play it for free for a weekend. Now, in other gaming news, it looks like Twitch has decided to lay off some of their workers. And this is part of Amazon laying off a ton of workers. Amazon decided to cut 4,000 jobs. And in doing so, 400 of those jobs came from Twitch. And this is after them saying that they have made record-setting profits in the last quarter. So it's a really odd decision. I hate this happening to Twitch because I feel like Twitch is a relatively important part of gaming. And sure, we have YouTube to live stream on as well, but a lot of people got their start at Twitch and have a following there. And I don't want to see Twitch become a dying platform. Even though Twitch is more about just chatting these days than it is video games, and obviously good-looking girls doing really well on that platform, video games is still an important part of Twitch, and Twitch is still an important part of video games. I know myself and a lot of my friends will go to a Twitch channel and look at somebody playing the game that we might be interested in that we're not sure that we want to buy and get an idea of whether or not that's a game that I would like to play. And I also know some of my friends like to put Twitch channels on in the background while they're playing a similar game or the same game just to have the background noise. And I think that's a cool way to experience video games. And of course, we can still do that on YouTube, but I don't like seeing Twitch move in the wrong direction because YouTube needs competition. And I find it specifically frustrating because Twitch seems to be unaware of their current status in the community. They say they are the best place for creators, regardless of executives leaving the company and all of the layoffs and all of the controversies and all of the issues they faced in just the last few months. It's bizarre to me that they think they're still on top of the game. YouTube is poised to overtake them, and honestly, I hope it happens if they continue to make these mistakes. So in other gaming news, Redfall releases on May the 2nd, and this is a highly anticipated game, and I think it's going to do fairly well, but there's a controversy surrounding it. When Xbox started buying up game companies like Arcane, they made the promise that they would not be pulling games from other consoles and that their future games would come to those consoles, but it turns out that's not the case for Redfall. There's already a little bit of controversy with this game because it was requiring an always online connection to play it even through the storyline campaign. But getting past that, the director of the game said that when Microsoft bought them up, there was already a PlayStation 5 version of the game in the works, and they canned it, telling them that they would only be doing Xbox, PC, Game Pass, you know, the usual Xbox fare. Now, these are Xbox companies, and they can do whatever the hell they want to do with the companies they own, but I think it's kind of crappy that this game was pretty much already in the works and they decided to can it. As somebody who owns all of the gaming consoles, I end up playing all of the games that I want to play anyway, But I do kind of wish that every game was on every console. That's one of the reasons I was looking forward to a future with cloud gaming, so you didn't have to own multiple consoles or multiple machines to play the games you wanted to play. You could just stream them all to one machine. It looks like Xbox definitely wants to make sure you have to buy one of their devices, even if it's a PC, to play their games. It also sucks, get it, because it's a vampire game. It also sucks that this game is an online multiplayer game as well. So a lot of people were looking forward to playing this game together. And I feel like if you own a PlayStation, you should be allowed to play with Xbox players and PC players. It should always be like that. And that's not going to be the case. If you're a PlayStation player, you're going to have to buy a new device or lose out on this game, and you won't be able to play it with your friends. And that is just a shitty decision. And I genuinely hate that Xbox is doing that. And it bodes very poorly for the future of Bethesda games, another series of games that they promised would be on every platform. I genuinely don't suspect they will. And I'm excited to let you know that this video has a sponsor, believe it or not, and that sponsor is Metapcs. If you're in the market for a brand new computer, you can get yours the same place I got mine at Metapcs.com. If you're looking for a brand new PC right now, they have pre-built machines ready to go that could ship out to you as early as tomorrow morning. But if you're looking to design your own and you want to create something that's truly remarkable, you can start designing your own on their website right now at Metapcs.com. And there's a lot of bonuses that you will see with Metapcs you won't get from anybody else, including incredible service, great cable management, and on top of that, they test every PC rigorously before it ships out to make sure you're getting a machine that does everything you're expecting it to and more. And hey, if you're in a situation where you need a PC or a laptop right now for school or work and you're not able to afford it, they will help finance one for you right on the website as well. So go to Metapcs.com and use code Boogie. You'll save 2% off of your purchase order, and you'll be supporting me and my channel as well. And finally, the creator of the game, High on Life, also the voice actor for Rick and Morty, had his case dismissed. And he came back and lashed out at people who tried to cancel him. In a Twitter post, Justin Roiland said, "Justice. I have always known that these claims were false, and I have never had any doubt that this day would come. I'm thankful that this case has been dismissed, but at the same time, I'm still deeply shaken by the horrible lies that were reported about me during this process. Most of all, I'm disappointed that so many people were so quick to judge without knowing the facts, based solely on the word of an embittered ex trying to bypass due process and get me canceled. That it may have succeeded even partially is shameful. However, now that the legal case is ended, I'm determined to move forward and focus both on my creative projects and restoring my good name." Now, we always knew that this was a possibility. In fact, I made a video about it that I'll put up here and down below, and you can give it a shot if you want. But it's going to be quite an uphill battle for Justin to get back on top, and I don't think he ever will be. To begin with, the news that he has had this dismissed is not going to travel anywhere near or far or as hard as the original news that he was accused of this stuff did. So a lot of people that heard about this originally, they are probably never going to hear that the case got dismissed, and that's going to leave a bad taste in their mouth. Will he get rehired at Rick and Morty? Probably not. Will he get to be back on top of his own game company? Hopefully so. But again, this is not the only thing he was dealing with in the public eye. There was also a ton of direct messages and private messages that were circulating after this accusation that painted Justin in a very bad light. And it's hard to tell if any of these DMs were even real, but whether or not they are, people are going to associate those DMs discussing very negative and awful things with people he definitely should not have been discussing them with this creator for the rest of his life. If I could offer any advice to Justin Roiland or anybody else who finds themselves in this situation, I think it would be fairly obvious. Don't do what I did, stupid. But an even better idea is just to go back to work. Go back to creating cool TV shows and cool products or cool videos or awesome video games, and just create good stuff. And if you do, let those things speak for themselves. Justin has had its moment in the negative news. Hopefully this will give him his moment in the positive news. And now moving forward, if he puts his head down and gets back to work and stays out of people's DMs, hopefully he'll be able to create something awesome and people will love it and love him for it moving forward. And that's what I'm rooting for when it comes to Justin Roiland.